Hello, we're live. Finally.
Jason Derulo.
Please, why?
It's my
Why do you do this to me?
catchphrase. It's my catchphrase, you ass.
It is not.
It is. I come into the room and say, Jason
No, you don't.
Derulo.
No, you don't.
I
Biz has
do.
always done that, Owie. I thought you knew them.
Yeah.
No. They never did that.
I guess now I'm just somebody she used to know. Boop 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 doo.
Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe I'm not. Well, I guess we'll just start the game. Hi, sorry for the stop it. I'm trying to talk. This takes over the stream yet again.
Somebody has to.
I was gonna say
like,
sorry for the slow start. OBS crashed trying to. OBS crashed trying to capture my VTuber again, as it does occasionally. Why is the game capture like this? Why? This isn't. Why would you put it there, OBS?
Oh my god, that's Rayman. Oh my god, that's Rayman. Oh my god, it's Rayman.
Okay.
I'm very excited about my cat tower.
Okay, let me restart the game. I want to see the beginning of the opening cutscene.
Hello, Sasha!
This is the last Undertale stream ever. So,
Sasha, how's the sound balance? Give us an approximation.
I haven't touched any settings, so it should be the same as always. Why isn't it capturing now? We still didn't get to see the beginning of the intro. Why is it not capturing now? Please. It's not. Why won't it capture? There it is. Finally.
Oh, everything sounds good? Swag, swag. Oh, since we got good sound, guess what?
What?
I think
Biss
that
is
Pepsi
peeing live
opening
on stream.
No, it was Pepsi! I'm opening a Pepsi.
Yeah, sure you are.
I'm cracking open a cold one with the girls.
We're the girls.
That's us. Anyway, what's Cassie up to?
Sasha says you can just wait on the title screen.
Oh dear, what's she doing near the Undertale hole?
The fucking Undertale hole.
Watch out, Cassie! AirPods. I love how easy it is to edit this character into Cassie.
Yeah.
Fell in there.
That's such a big drop, actually. It's like a huge hole. Holy shit.
The end. Well, it was fitting that I called this the end of Undertale.
The end of Evangelion.
Alright.
Look at that tower of characters. Alphys is like, way on the bottom. Not fair.
It's a hell of a visual effect.
I love this visual effect, it's so good.
It keeps us all trapped underground. Please do what you must. Well, we'll continue for now. The drama.
Are you fucking ready, Elena?
Strange light fills the room. Twilight is shining through the barrier. The book? Seems your journey is finally over. With determination, It was nice to meet you. Goodbye. I remember last time he wasn't so cordial with me. I think that's different.
I think he was exactly as cordial, actually.
Oh.
I think the dialogue is literally the exact same.
Oh.
Is it?
Nurturing a poor innocent
Yeah.
youth. It is I, Toriel, your friend and guardian.
He's back!
That would let you make your journey alone? They gonna stop worrying about you? Look at that face. It would burden you with a horrible choice. To leave this place, you would have to take the life of another person. You'd have to defeat Asgore. However, I realized I cannot allow that. It's not right to sacrifice someone simply to let someone leave here. Is that not what I've been trying to prevent this whole time? So for now, let's suspend this battle. As terrible as Asgore is, he deserves mercy too. Tori? You came back. You're not Tori me? Is that a whelp?
The divorce.
You really wanted to free our kind. You could have gone through the barrier after you got one soul. Taken 6 souls from the humans, then come back and freed everyone peacefully. I mean, everyone live in despair because... Oops, I missed that line.
Because you were too cowardly to...
Oh? Do you think we could at least be friends again? Look at his face. No,
I feel
Asgore.
bad
Look now,
for
look at his
Sam.
face.
Friends is divorce.
Oh, she's here. Nobody fight each other? Everyone's gonna make friends or else I'll... Oh, I'm Toriel. Are you the human's friend? It's nice to meet you. Yeah? Nice to meet you. He's just a stick figure. Is that your ex? Jeez, that's rough, buddy. Nobody hurt each other. This isn't what I was expecting at all.
You know what we call that in the industry?
What do we call it?
Divorce.
Look how short
There's 2 of them?
fucking Asgore is. He's short!
Ain't nobody fight
He's a
anyone. If
little
anyone fights
man.
anyone, then I'll be forced to ask Undyne for help. Oh,
Only
Your Majesty.
person on screen that he's taller than is fucking Alphys.
Did Asgore shave? And clone himself? What? That voice. Hello, I think we may know each other? Oh, hey, I recognize your voice too. I'm Toriel, so nice to meet you. The name's Sans. So this is just the family reunion?
Hmm.
Yep.
Everybody's here.
So we see your brother Papyrus. Papyrus is blushing. How does that work?
Don't ask.
He's made of magic.
Wowie. Can't believe Asgore's clone knows who I am.
Oh god!
What does a skeleton tile his roof with? Sasha, you posted that right as I finished this question. So the joke is, what does a skeleton tile his roof with? Balls. That's what he wants them for. He needs to redo his roof.
We finally have the answer after all these years of balls.
Wow, nobody is here for our epic finale. It's just Sasha. We had like 11 viewers last time. No, nobody cares anymore. This must be the boring part.
Or just nobody's had chance to get here.
Everybody was here like right away last time. I'm gonna send it out again.
I'll send it out.
Did I put it
Don't-
up in the server? Yeah, I did.
I'll retweet your tweet. That'll probably help. You don't worry about that. We got games to play. That's more important than fucking stupid.
We gotta
geometric
plug. We
garbage
gotta
for
plug Cassie's mod too.
Oh yeah.
Snow-proof roof tiles. No, silly. Skeleton tiles was roofed with shingles. Changed my mind. This is the worst day of my life. Look at his face. But Asgore, it's gonna be okay. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Yeah, Asgore. Undyne's totally right about that fish thing. So you just got to stop going after furry boss monsters and so a really cute fish? It's a metaphor. It's a good analogy. What? The audience is dying for some romantic action.
Hello, Shan!
Hey! Now
Shan's
people
here.
are here.
You should. That sounds like a good idea, Shan.
No. Okay. Well, I guess. Do you want to then?
It's great.
Oh, this animation. Not in front of the human.
Toriel hypocrite moments.
Seems as if you must stay here for a while, but looking at all the great friends you have made, I think you will be happy here.
Love how Sans goes off the bottom of the screen and reappears at the top.
What the heck? You called everyone here, right? Anyway, if I got here before you, did you know how to call everybody? Tiny flower helped me? A tiny flower? You can take a look around. Papyrus doesn't look as upset with this as the rest of them do.
He can't stop smiling. He's a skeleton.
This is funny.
I think that literally Sans and Papyrus are physically incapable of not smiling because they have no lips. That's like kind of the joke.
Oh, I see. I want to read. I read this piece of dialogue in Ren's voice. You idiots! You guys are having your little powwow. I took the human souls, and now not only are those under my power, all of your friends' souls are going to be mine too. Hee hee hee. You know what the best part is? It's all your fault. It's all because you made them love you. The time you spent listening to them, encouraging them, caring about them. Without that, they wouldn't have come here.
Well,
And now with their souls... What?
Nothing.
What was that, Biss?
Nothing.
Say it again, Biss. So the whole class can hear you.
I'm merely implying that you have shown no love to anything.
I have to you. And
Yeah, but
Cassie.
I'm not one of the Viner bitches at the minute.
Well, you're gonna be in just a second. I can make that happen, you know. Watch this. There. Now you're one of them. Look.
No!
You're not clipping the sounds, Ben. Okay, I'll put you back.
Thank you.
There.
Next time you do that again, it's gonna be twice as loud. Get me off the fucking bench! Get me off the flower! Get me off the fucking flower right now!
Okay.
Get me off the flower.
Oh my god.
Oh, fucking hell. The working conditions on this stream are abysmal. Ellen needs to be tried for war crimes.
I will achieve my real form. Why am I still doing this? Don't you get it? This is all just a game. If you leave the underground satisfied, you'll win the game. If you win, you won't want to play with me anymore. And what would I do then? This game between us will never end. I'll hold victory in front of you, just within your reach, and then tear it away just before you grasp it, over and over and over. Hehehe, listen. If you do defeat me, I'll give you your happy ending. I'll bring your friends back. I'll destroy the barrier. Everyone will finally be satisfied, but that won't happen. I'll keep you here no matter what. It seems like if I win, it'll be a hollow victory. Even if it means killing you 1,000,000 times. Do not be afraid, my child. No matter what happens, we will always be there to protect you. Oh, that was a bone. Alright, human, you can win. Just do what I would do. Believe in you. Hey, human, if you got past me, you can do anything. Well, if that's not the truest line in this whole thing. Remember what it took to get past her? Starting the game from the beginning and everything. So don't worry, we're with you all the way. You haven't beaten this guy yet? Come on, this waiter's got nothing on you. Technically, it's impossible for you to beat him, but somehow I know you can do it. Thanks, Alphys. Human, for the future of humans and monsters, you have to stay determined. Wow, that's a Pokemon. No. This is the ending of A Hat in Time.
Except better.
No, I liked Hat in Time better.
Fucking Vulcan is here. Vulcan wasn't in Hat in Time.
What's Vulcan?
If you don't know what Vulcan is, you don't deserve to boost stream with me.
Oh.
They're the little volcano that thinks their lava is like really soothing and healing.
There's a Pokemon in the bottom right hand corner.
That's Monster
Crungy
Kid,
Dinky.
sweetie. No, it's not Crungy Dinky, it's Monster Kid.
Mod this game so that that character is replaced with Crungy Dinky. It would be perfect.
Okay.
I can't believe you're all so stupid. All of your souls are mine. Wow, so it didn't matter that I didn't kill anybody because they all die now.
Okay, so there's probably some stuff that you probably didn't commit to memory because it probably wasn't important to you, right?
Uh-huh.
But do you remember how, like, Asgore's plan was to get 7 human souls to become godlike?
I remember
right?
that, yes.
And do you remember the lore tidbit that it would take the soul of every monster to equal 1 human soul?
Yeah.
And Asgore had 6 lying around.
Yeah.
That's the reason why like this plays out in a timeline where you let everybody live. Because it allows Flowey to do this bullshit.
Oh, to equal
Otherwise
the
he'd
last
always
soul.
be short. Yeah.
Interesting.
Hello, Oscar.
I was so tired of
69.
being a flower. Now you're a goat
Aren't we
man.
all?
Howdy. Pickle, are you there? It's me, your best friend. That doesn't look like a friend. Asriel Dreamer? Oh, it's Asgore and Toriel combined? Asriel and Toriel's poop mixed?
No. Okay. So, Elena, do you remember when you came here on the neutral run, right?
Yeah.
And they mentioned how the king and the queen had a monster son, and then they adopted a human child as well.
Yeah.
But
What's
then...
the meme song?
Well, thanks for that.
You think about why you're here now. You can feel the empty space in your inventory get smaller and smaller. What?
To be fair, it took Elena like 2 years to finish this game. So...
Yeah, this playthrough has been happening for 2 years.
That's why I have to, like, explain a load of things that she would have maybe remembered if we'd done this all quickly. Maybe, hypothetically.
Last dream? The heck is that? Through determination, the dream became true. Your HP was maxed out.
Now I
Don't
think
care
of
about
it,
destroying this world anymore.
This is a little bit like the ending of Gurren in a way. In a very abstract way.
This part's making me think of Homestuck a lot, from the little that I know of. What the heck? Items fill up with dreams. So to reset everything? Oh, this is like Thanos.
Is it?
Yes, it really is. This is exactly what Thanos wanted to do.
I...
Poop.
Okay.
Oh. But it
Do
refused?
you like the pun?
That was
Yeah.
like, that was kind of like Chrono Trigger.
In so much as something refused to do something?
Exactly.
Is that great? Elena, your comparisons today are on point.
Well, thank you.
Oh, that explains. I was wondering what was weirding you out, Shan.
Ezreal Dreamer is Thanos. Because he had to get all of the infinity monsters. And now is like caught in a corner and like things didn't go how they wanted, so instead they're just going to restart the universe in a way that pleases them better.
I don't think you quite understand, but that's okay.
Something tells me I shouldn't be looking at the chat.
Yeah, don't look at chat.
I was on Chaos Saber.
Do you remember when we used to play this? You didn't look at chat and I handled it, and then we just forgot that was the rule.
Well, yeah, because people didn't give spoilers there anymore.
What do you mean What do you mean people didn't give spoilers anymore?
Well, because you wanted to handle the chat in case people put spoilers in there. I wouldn't see them. But nobody spoiled anything anymore.
People just all arbitrarily decided to be tight-lipped at once.
Yep.
Oh, that didn't go very well. I ate the
I fucking
potato
lo-
chips.
I love the sound design in this fight. There's so many, like, really fucking crunchy-ass attacks. And also I love the star sander. And how, like, the last star has, like, a really low-pitched version of it. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, this is gonna take me forever. I suck at this game so bad.
Don't worry about it. Like, we've got an entire stream for this. Let's just be fine.
It's gonna take forever. Well, while this is going on, it's a good time for me to talk about the thing I wanted to talk about.
I guess. Maybe.
What is it?
So the other night, oh poop. I was hanging out with Sasha and we got talking about deserts. And I mentioned how, Antarctica is a desert, technically. And Sasha was like, oh, I have Antarctica on my weather app because I always want to see how cold it is there. And then from there I was thinking about what about the hottest place on Earth? What if you put Death Valley, California on there? And then I was reminded of the racetrack playa in Death Valley, where there's the rocks that seem to move on their own. They like leave tracks behind them. And I wanted to remember about those, so I found a video from the Science Channel for us to watch together about it. And at first, they didn't they brought in a guy who thought it was aliens to explain that he thought that aliens are moving the rocks, and they showed him with like out there with his camera pointed at the sky, and there was he showed this footage he got where there was some random little light thing moving around. He was like, it like circled around 3 times. It was clearly doing something on purpose, and it just looked like a bug or something. On there.
Oh my god.
And
That's
then
great.
after this, then they actually explain how it works. I just love the fact that they had to bring the alien guy on first. I was like, how did they even find this guy? I had joked that they were there like filming their like B-roll footage. And this guy was also there. They're like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, I'm looking for the aliens that move the rocks. And they're like, oh, okay, can we put you in our show? Hey, that's cool. Can we put you in the show?
My hair's full of fucking grape juice at the minute.
What actually happens? And do you know what the best part of all of this is? You'll do it. Okay.
Okay, you're probably not paying attention because you don't give a shit. So basically, the context is right. Is what they're basically saying, right? Okay. Do you remember they were talking about like? You remember what they talked about before the fight? Like, they don't.
And then you'll
want
lose
you
to me again.
They don't want you to finish because then you'll be done. Like
And
you two are the only
anymore.
one.
Oh, poop.
Like you two are the only ones that like remember stuff between resets and saves and stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
So basically, it's kind of like you're the only two. I don't know. You're like the only ones who are aware of like the time loop that this game functionally is, right? And they're being like, and basically what they're saying is that now that they've gotten this over you, all they're gonna do is just reset things. So you have to play the game again anyway. Because their entire end goal.
Well, that's what I said. Is well,
it
it sounds like it'll be a hollow victory then if I win. It won't mean anything. Because Flowey just did it. And it just acknowledges it's a game. It's like, eh. You just did the thing. You could do it again another time if you want.
Well, I mean, maybe if you have no investment in anything emotional, that's how it'd be.
Oh. Well, how could there be emotions now? Now it's just like, well, sucker.
Well,
We suckered you in with all of this, but it was meaningless, so haha, sucks to be you.
But, like... I don't know, like, things can exist on, like, an allegorical level, but then also have actual text.
It's like, I'm gonna beat this, and then it's like, well, that's what Flowey wanted.
Yeah.
Good job.
I mean, fun factoid, if you manage to beat a neutral playthrough, right?
Yeah.
Actually, wait, one second, even in your one, didn't Flowey at the end say, oh, you could have got a better ending? Oh no, you killed him, that's why you never said
No,
it.
I didn't kill him.
Oh, but did you get that message then?
No, he said play again, but don't kill anybody.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know, like, I don't know, this doesn't feel unreasonable. He did kind of poke you in the direction, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I'll just be glad to have this fucking playthrough over.
Because I don't know why people think this is the good ending then, if it's just like a hollow victory.
What do you mean it's a hollow fucking victory when nothing happens?
Do you want victory? What is victory?
Well, because Flowey says it's like, well, I'll let you through, but, you know, I decided to do that, and also nothing will change because you can just play the game again and it'll happen again.
Yeah. That's kind
he's
of
like,
the point,
I'm always
right?
just here doing this, and
The
it
point
means
is that
nothing.
what you take away is your experience and the times you had, right?
I mean, it's a game. It's fundamentally just a load of imaginary nonsense that you've chosen to partake in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but usually games don't rub that in my face.
Well, if you think it's being rubbed in your face, that's your fault for being self-conscious.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know.
Like that was my problem with Secret of Mana, was you have to. There's a lot of like leveling up and stuff, and when I'd be in the middle of it, I would just think to myself, I'm just pressing buttons and making numbers go up. And then I'm like, well, that's what you do in every game, but other games do a better job at hiding it. If you're noticing, if you're noticing the fact that you're just pressing numbers, if you're just pressing buttons and making numbers go up, then I feel like that's a problem with the game. You're pressing buttons and making programming happen in the computer. And that's it.
Yeah, but the narrative, but we acknowledge that the narrative of what's happening, like, affects that. I don't think the fucking narrative of this, like, rubs it in your face. I think that, like...
It's just like, no matter what you do, I win, and it doesn't matter.
It's not no matter what you do, it's I win. There is a character here who's in... whatever, I don't fucking care. There's no point.
Huh?
I just don't care.
Well, I am curious what you think differently about it.
I don't know, I think this is a really nice fucking epic final confrontation, and it's really cool.
But it means nothing. This is a
What do you
meaningless
mean it means
confrontation.
nothing?
Because
Why is it
nothing is going to be
meaningless?
accomplished.
What do you mean nothing's going to be
I
accomplished?
could leave it here and Flowey would be happier.
Well, you wouldn't be happier because you wouldn't be playing. My point, I don't know, it's like, it feels like... I don't know, I got to this point, I was like, oh wow, it's kind of like... I don't know, I was like, it's kind of cool that, like...
It's also so hard. I'm never gonna get past this anyway.
Well, anyway, everybody, how's your day been? I found a
So-
bunch of grapes tangled in my hair a minute ago. Well, about an hour ago. Which explained a lot, because grapes kept appearing around me, and I guess they were just falling off my head the entire time.
Yeah.
This is not a joke, by the way. I mean,
They really are.
They were kind of small grapes. Like, they weren't
This
big
game,
grapes.
this hasn't changed my opinion. Where I feel like this game just sort of insults you for playing it, no matter what you do.
Well, I mean, just whatever.
Insults you
then.
for playing video games. Insults you for playing this video
I'm not
game.
insulting you.
It's like, haha, you thought that you
Like
could
the
play this
opposite,
game and you
it's
could have a good
about
ending
how you
and a good time.
experience.
Well,
Literally, the
sucks to
villain
be
said-
you.
Well, that's literally a bastard taunting you in universe.
Yeah.
Flowey is not the fucking
Flowey represents the
developer
game.
avatar.
Yeah. Well,
He just
Flowey-
what? Excuse me, what?
He's the one who tells you it's a game. He represents the
Yeah, but-
game.
yeah,
also-
because he's played it a billion times and he sees everything as
do you mean he's
nothing
played
more
it?
than things to check
Well,
off
I
a
mean,
list.
okay, you know, I guess there's maybe okay. Okay, you know, let's okay,
The
you know,
joke of
just
the game is
that.
that Flowey himself is a character in the game. I can't get past this. This is so... I can't get past any of these attacks. They all hit me.
It's very hard when you're not using your neurons. Never mind. I think honestly, like, this is probably just gonna be like the salt stream,
Oh.
and I'm just kind of like, I'm like accepting this at this point. Like, the entire playthrough was always just shit from the beginning. That's why we kept
What?
taking breaks.
I
It's always just a
I
bad
don't understand why
theory.
you think that. This is why I always feel bad for playing this, because I just give my opinions and my readings on the game and then you get upset. And that's why I feel bad about my feelings about the game.
And I mean, I don't know. It's like you even admitted that like you kind of play this in bad faith, so I don't really
I
care.
do not. What do you mean I play this in bad faith?
I mean, you've kind. Never mind.
I do
Anyway, I'm
not.
just leaving. I don't even
Biss.
Did they
You
leave?
know,
Oh, hi.
you know, I'm no good at like talking myself down. I gotta talk myself up from here.
Like,
You know,
I've been
Biss, I
interested
don't
to
think we
hear your
I don't
reads
think
on
we
this
can
too.
force her to like it. I don't think being confrontational about it is gonna make her like it or anything, you know?
I mean, I
I
don't
think-
think that's the case. That was never
I've
been on
provided
your
my
table.
reading on the narrative and my feelings regarding it,
I
and you've
just- I'm
given
just
yours,
tired.
and I'm interested to hear yours too. I don't know why you're not interested in mine.
Yeah, I think it would be cool if we could talk about it later and just like talk about how we interpret the game.
I don't
And
know. It's
again-
like I feel like the fundamental problem here is just that like Undertale does have an allegory about the nature of games in it, right?
Right.
And
But
I
I
feel
think
like
it would be
I-
pertinent
and I-
to explain it.
And my reading has been that they're meaningless. This developer
the-
thinks that games are
No, this is the
pointless and
problem.
meaningless.
This is the
Well,
problem,
maybe
though.
not that the developer thinks it, but that's the message I'm getting out of the game.
That's not. But this is the problem, though. Okay, Elena, is that you keep needing to
Well-
convince yourself that games are productive.
Well, because you keep
Like,
telling
think
me that
about-
that's what the game. You're like, this is a game about what games are about.
I mean, it kind of
And,
is.
like,
But my point is, you always read
I don't
everything
know.
as like an insult when the game is like very actively, like it doesn't. It like I don't know. It's like its very existence as a big game, which expects people to be emotionally invested in it, contradicts that. But then, like, because you personally don't really like the characters of the story, it's like this weird thing where you're like, oh well, if there's a common.
the game is actively mocking the idea that you'd want a happy ending out of this. It's like you put all this work in.
Literally
But,
the
like,
most nasty piece of shit in the fucking story said that.
Like, who's saying that though? Like,
The
right?
one
Like,
character that has control over this, and that has control over the narrative and everything.
Okay, you've said before that you feel like the game overly judges you when you kill things, right? Flowey
Now it's judging me for doing the opposite, so I don't even know what it wants of me. It just doesn't even want me to play.
Because you're an absolute buffoon who's, like, got no critical thinking skills. Literally a character whose, like, mantra is kill or be killed in a game that you say overly judges you for killing, and you can't figure out that maybe what they're saying
I mean, it just feels like, like I said, at this point, it just feels like the game is judgmental of you no matter what you do.
Well, just whatever. It's like, at this point, it's like we're not talking about the same thing, so it doesn't even matter.
Like, at which point, then I believe... Then that makes me think that the message is that video games are bad and you shouldn't play them.
That's not the fucking message!
Haha. You played this video game. We gotcha.
LMAO.
Yeah.
And I feel like the reason you see it that way, though, is just because you're like, I don't know, like...
And see, now it's making fun of me for, like, continuing to try to beat this.
Literally, it's a fucking big climactic final boss fight. I just literally think you just see text on screen and you interpret everything said as being directly from the developer, which just feels kind of weird.
Well, like I said, I caught myself on that earlier, right? I was like, well, I don't know if that's what the developer thinks, but that's what I'm reading out of this.
A lot of people do that, don't they?
Yeah.
I think
Well,
I can't.
I mean, I feel like Elena and Asriel are related.
I think it would be impossible for me to be invested in this game because it acknowledges the fact that it's a game.
It doesn't acknowledge it direct. Okay, it has mechanics in universe which mirror being a game, right? But it doesn't direct.
Well, he says it's a game.
No, but he's talking about, okay. But like in that in-universe context, it's about the relationship between you and him.
Oh.
Just whatever.
I took it literally.
Yeah, well, you take everything literally, so it doesn't matter.
What? I really don't know why you're so antagonistic about this, Bis. Like, you've been all along.
Like, it's really like Undertale, and I do too.
I don't even like it that much.
Bis,
really? What do you mean you don't like it that much?
I mean, like, it's not like the biggest thing to me. It's not like that the actual thing itself would get this much reaction out of me.
You just wanted like Elena to have.
I don't know. I just like things to mean things, and it feels like this is a game that at the very least constantly tries to have some kind of like earnest meaning to what it's doing.
Absolutely.
And it feels like the problem is just that Elena is just somebody for whom, like, I don't know, it's like this entire like stream setup, like the entire nature of Elena's streams not accommodate for things like that.
I mean, the game does directly challenge the way she plays games.
I mean, yeah, but like the problem is, it's like you're never gonna get like a meaningful interaction there because, like,
wow, you really are something special.
I just kind of like.
Well, you're using a fraction of my real power. Oh, like Shaggy. See what good your determination is against this. Wide! Let's see how good your determination is when I become wide!
And now it's just like the entire stream's ruined by me ostensibly, and like, I just don't want to be here.
Well,
and this keeps happening.
I don't understand.
I'm the villain.
Because like I said, I'm interested in your thoughts on this game, and like mine don't match, so I just contrast my feelings with yours. I'm not trying to be like confrontational or something. I understand that different people have different readings on things. I don't think that mine are like the end-all be-all, you know? Like, I don't think mine are correct necessarily. Like, they're correct to me, but
I mean, I do
that's just
feel
me.
like Undertale is pretty clear about what it's about, at least on a base level.
Yeah, I mean, if you're paying attention,
I can't select anything. Struggle
But,
like in Pokemon. Even something that has like a clear meaning, like, doesn't mean it's clear to everybody, or that
Yeah.
other people won't have different readings even then.
You are right. You are just right there. I think I was being a bit
Every time you die, your friends
What's
forget
the
you a
word?
little more.
like I don't know what the word for it, but I was being a bit silly there.
Like, I care about, like, both of your thoughts about this game, so, like...
Like, I don't know, it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know, the game sets up this interesting system where, like, the underground is like a closed system, and determination determines who's running the save file, and that stuff's all explained by, like, the neutral run. And then that's, like, the major context, the fact that, like, both you and Flowey are the ones who exist outside of, like, the
poop.
whims of, like, the timeline in a sense. Because, like, you both experience resets, right?
Nothing
And
happened?
and it makes some interesting stuff, but then it's like, I'm like, well, if you're just not paying attention, none of that means anything. And you're not going to understand what the game's building on, so there's just no point. Because you don't pay attention in the first place, it's like, who cares? I think that's my thing, is just like...
You can
I
save
don't
something else? Save? Reached out to Ezreal's soul and called out to your friends. They're in there somewhere, aren't they? Something's resonating. The
I think
lost
that's
soul
my thing.
appeared.
I think that's my thing with, like, this entire, like, playthrough, right?
Act.
Okay. Is that, like... It's not just, like, a difference of perspective, it's like, I just feels like you don't really engage with the story on the
Oh
the
no,
level
I have to
that
do this
the
again.
story-
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that was okay.
It feels like you're not really engaged on the level where any of it will mean anything,
It'll
and
be
you're
okay,
kind of
but
just there to make a
Talk
stream.
about the story later and stuff.
I don't know, I'm just, like, kind of done at this point. I'm gonna read the ingredients on Pepsi Max.
I really don't get
Sure.
why this is bothering you so much, Bis. That
Because
we just have differing viewpoints.
It's not. It's like, I don't know. It's like the entire thesis of me as a person is I desperately want things to mean things, and when things feel like they're not given the room to, and they're kind of just shrugged off as just like noise.
You know, I don't think anything fundamentally means anything. Like,
Well,
Yeah, I was
mean,
gonna say, I
no,
don't...
You
that's
make
sort
the
of-
choice.
we ascribe to them.
No, but
Yeah.
that's my point. Is that you make the choice.
Well, I've told
Yeah.
you what meaning I got out of this. And
But
you
it's a
didn't,
meaning you got.
you didn't like it for whatever reason. Even though it's just
Okay, you know what?
my
I feel
personal
like this
reading.
is- Well, okay, you can describe it that way if you feel like that way.
Well,
I will
'cause
judge you for it though.
I
if
don't
you're gonna
understand.
Talk about me in those terms.
You know? I wanted to just have a fun stream. You know?
That's what games is about, mostly. Fun times. Right? Let's, like, do that.
Teach you how to cook. Well, some humans are okay, I guess. Faintly resonating with an Ezreal. What that? What? Wait! What? I'm not supposed to fight! Wait, what happened? I thought I selected save. Did I screw everything up?
No, you didn't.
Okay. I thought if I ever picked fight, then the entire run would be ruined.
Okay, so for a start, that's not actually true. As long as you don't kill anybody, it's fine.
Oh.
Or, yeah, there's actually runs on YouTube where people play Undertale, and then with a load of monsters, they'll just beat them to within an inch of their life, and then the monster will be, like, merciable, because they're, like,
Oh.
is on the last legs. That's mostly a thing with random enemies, though.
I see.
Yeah.
Something's resonating.
Also, fun fact, do you remember all the enemies in the lab that you were in earlier, the creepy area?
Yeah.
They were all too amorphous to hit, because they're ghostly.
Oh.
So the game basically makes it so that once you enter the lab, you're kind of locked in.
Oh.
It doesn't give you a
I
chance
didn't
to
actually
kill
know
anything. Yeah.
You see, when we were there, I was like, what if you started killing everything now? Then what would happen? The game already thought of that.
Then eventually, yeah. You gotta sometimes do a bit of clever sleight of hand like that, otherwise the game just balloons into, like,
Puzzle.
infinite nonsense.
He doesn't know why, but he really wants to help you.
Timelines.
Forgot how to play this. The lost soul stand there. Puzzle. I guess I gotta pick something different next time. I actually remember the things about the characters, at least. He seems to hate it, but the other lost soul seems to like it.
What? Sorry, I am perplexed by this thing in Minecraft. I think this
It just,
mod has
I can't shake the feeling that it's like, well, even if I do all this, then it's like, then Flowey just hands it to me and it's like, well, see you next time. You know, like,
You're
he's
just
trying to prove to me that it's all worthless.
I got a question. Well, if that's how it goes, then will there be a next time? Because there is more that you could do if you wanted the satisfaction of 100%. I'm just saying.
It was, but like, I don't know. I feel like if a villain who is about to obtain godlike power is like, well, maybe if you beat me, I'll.
This, I think
Maybe you're
there's a
supposed to
lot
take.
for people who, like, just want the completion, right?
Yeah, but like Elaine's not gonna do it.
That's
She's
what
already
I'm
decided
saying.
she's not gonna do it.
It's like,
No, what I'm saying is that it exists for a reason, and maybe, like, if this didn't resonate with Elena, maybe that will.
I don't think anything would. Oh well.
it's like,
Right?
it's like you've been, like, the whole, I thought the whole idea of this was I was supposed to listen to all the characters.
You did, right?
No, but
Yes,
like,
I'm just listening to this one too.
what do you mean? But well, I mean, you can listen to somebody, but like, you don't. Okay. I mean, like,
Let's go
I
to
don't.
Alphys.
I don't understand how you can say this and then like think that's a reasonable thing to say. But okay.
Oh. Nerd out. I like that. No. I remember all the things about all the characters. I'll encourage you. I'm doing it. Quiz. Memories are flooding back. No, that's not true. My friends liked me, and I like you too. We'll do Asgore last. I feel like Asgore has the least connection with me. I just met him like 5 minutes ago. Oh, they're both here. Okay, never mind.
Oh hell yeah, Shan.
Feeling that you're going to see her again. What did Chan say?
The googly eye pin is complete because they were
Oh.
putting googly eyes on the papyrus.
Everything about this is so
Hooray!
familiar to her. I'm just hoping that I get the lore that I want. That sweet lore.
Lore. Oh. Name of the main character?
Yeah. And also the other name that... There's two names that people give the character.
Reminder that if anybody spoils any of that
I have the
stuff,
chat
will
covered,
ban
I
them
can't see it, it's
immediately.
fine.
Okay, good.
You tell the lost soul that you have to go if you're going to free everyone. Strings in her. No one will leave again. The lost souls stand there. Preference? No mercy. She used to fight the lost soul. Something about this is so familiar to her. At least the game is making this part easy. I'm glad for that. I'm sick and tired of that part of the game. That's the only reason that I don't want to do the other playthroughs. I'm so sick and tired of playing this game. And it's only going to be worse if I do that playthrough. I hate the gameplay in this game so much. That's like my least favorite part of it. Preference? For cinnamon instead of butterscotch. Memories are flooding back. It's hard to remember you too. You are our future. You're still there? Someone else. Strangely, as your friends remembered you, something else began resonating within the soul stronger and stronger. There's still one last person that needs to be saved, but who? Suddenly you realize, you reach out and call their name. Because Flowey's not supposed to be in the flower. Oh, there's the non-Cassie version. Goat reel. You feel your friend's souls resonating within Azrael. Azrael Dreamer. Oh. Maybe I read into things too soon.
Yeah? What are you thinking?
That maybe
What's
that
on
stuff
your
isn't
mind?
actually going to happen.
What stuff?
The stuff that Flowey was talking about.
Yeah?
The way you said was like the rip the skin thing.
It was the what?
I can tell. Or no, it was I can see that. Eat the potato chips.
The potato chips.
Pickle, do you know why I'm doing this? I keep fighting to keep you around? Because we're old pals. Because you're special, Pickle. You're the only one that understands me. You're the only one who's any fun to play with anymore.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh. It's not just it. I mean, it's because I care about you, Pickle. I care about you more than anybody else. I'm crying from my hands at you. I'm not ready for this to end. I'm not ready for you to leave. I'm not ready to say goodbye to someone like you again.
Oh, I forgot about
It's
that.
taken 2 years to get here and see this. Are you still there, Bis? Bis didn't leave us, did they? Okay. So please stop doing this. And just let me win. Oh. Stop it. Stop it now.
Oh, I forgot how much that made me cry.
I'll save
the
you.
first time.
I know, right?
So alone, Pickle. So afraid, Pickle. Little menu selection sounds in this game kind of sound like Kirby. I'm so sorry. Oh. So this is a happy ending. See, because I took it all at its word, which was just like, you're gonna do this, and then it doesn't mean anything. Because it's just a game, and I can do it again. And I just let it happen because I wanted you to. I didn't want, like, because Bis kept saying, "But it's the villain saying that," and I was like, "Well, I wasn't supposed to think of any of these characters as villains, right? That was the idea, right?"
That's how it turned out in the end, huh?
Yeah. I just listened to this character too early. You're not actually Pickle, are you? Pickle's been gone for a long time. Is your name? Risk? Aha! Aha! That's a nice name. Risk. I haven't felt like this for a long time. As a flower, I was soulless. I lacked the power to love other people. Oh. But with everyone's souls inside me, I not only have my own compassion back, but I can feel every other monster's as well. They all care about each other so much. And they care about you too, Frisk. Wish I could tell you how everyone feels about you. Papyrus, Sans, Undyne, Alphys, Toriel. Monsters are weird. Even though they barely know you, it feels like they all really love you. Uh-huh. Frisk, I understand if you can't forgive me. I understand if you hate me. I acted so strange and horrible. I hurt you. I hurt so many people. Friends, family, bystanders. There's no excuse for what I've done. Of course I forgive. That's the spirit of this playthrough.
Even if it wasn't, what do you think you would do?
Well, I feel like after the way that that I acted earlier on towards this, I feel like I owe it to forgive this character.
Aww.
Are you acknowledging the murder spree?
What?
Nothing.
No, I mean the way that I was sort of reading negatively into this earlier and the actions of this character. Because I feel like I didn't grasp exactly what was going on until this point. Just come on, you're gonna make me cry again. Besides, even if you do forgive me, I can't keep these souls inside of me. Least I can do is return them. But first, there's something I have to do. Right now I can feel everyone's hearts beating as one. They're all burning with the same desire. Everyone's power with everyone's determination. It's time for monsters to finally go free.
Gosh, I forgot how that made me feel.
Becomes
I know,
very
right?
powerful. And then just really MS Paint little squiggly line. The barrier was destroyed. Even up to this point, the game still has to keep with the with that aesthetic of the terrible looking graphics.
Thank you, Shan, by the way.
Risk, I
What
have
did
to go
Shan do?
now.
Shan put in chat, hugs anyone who needs it.
Aw.
Without the power of everyone's souls, I can't keep maintaining this form. In a little while, I'll turn back into a flower. I'll stop being myself. I'll stop being able to feel love again. So, Frisk, it's best if you just forget about me, okay? Just go be with the people who love you. Well, I don't have to forget about you. A unique animation. Aw. Uh-huh.
The little backpack.
It's okay. I feel like this would be the kind of thing where it's like... Because this character was gone already. And this is just sort of like... a little extra. Like, this is like a... You get to say goodbye properly.
Mm.
Which is an opportunity that you didn't have before. by the sound of things. You're going to do a great job, okay? No matter what you do. Everyone will be there for you, okay? Well, my time's running out. Goodbye. By the way, Frisk, take care of Mom and Dad for me, okay? Frisk, this is all just a bad dream. Please wake up. Ta-da! The name thing is slightly confusing me. Like, what was it? It said you haven't been Pickle for a long time. What does that mean?
Oh, no. Pickle's been gone for a long time.
Oh, yeah. What does that mean?
Well, do you remember the backstory that Asgore and Toriel had a monster child and an adoptive human child, and they both
Yes.
died? Yeah. Well, the name of the adoptive human child was Pickle.
Oh. Well, then why... So, do I look like that character? Is that why everybody thought I was Pickle?
Yeah, they look the same. Well, they look similar.
Okay.
They both have, like, a stripy shirt. I think, actually, you know Monster Kid, the one he said looked like a Pokemon?
Yeah.
He also wears a stripey shirt.
Oh
And
yeah, 'cause kids wear striped shirts.
Yeah, that's what he says. He says kids wear striped shirts.
You are right, thank goodness. See, this is one of the reasons I'm glad that you're here, is because I don't always... See, this is why I always have to go and, like, read stuff after I finish a game like this to figure out the story, because I don't know anything. I can't figure this stuff out on my own while actually playing it.
I'm sorry,
So
I
it's
was
glad
such a
that you're
bitch
here.
earlier. I just think that I think I get very
You didn't
tired
have
when
much faith in me.
I didn't. I think I get tired when I have to remember stuff for people, and it gets frustrating.
Oh.
Everything worked out right in the end, though.
Oh, I see.
I feel like on the meta narrative of this stream. I love how in game you have this nasty fucking asshole who eventually ends up calming down and things are alright. And then in the stream you have me who's serving the same fucking role!
I'm
God
sorry.
damn it!
I'm sorry you got so upset, Biz. I
It's alright.
tried to keep everything like
Once
intact.
a stream villain, always a stream villain.
I tried to keep everything calm and reasonable.
I just wish for once it'd be you being wildly unreasonable
Oh.
on stream instead of me.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Like, you didn't have faith in me that I would keep playing through and my view would change about what was going on.
Just everything had gone so badly in this playthrough up to that point.
Well,
that
it's
I
one of
was
those
willing
things
to-
where, like, I don't know, if you're like me, then, like, I feel like you have to like, you gotta go along with the story and with the characters to get the meaning out of it.
Yeah.
I had to figure it out with
all
them. You know? I was just going off based on the information that I had and how I felt about things. But then, you know, the game gave me more information and my viewpoint changed.
That's how it is for all the monsters. We were talking about that earlier,
Yeah, that's
right?
kind of the theme of the game, huh?
That's a mood, Shen.
In the long run, I would have freaked out. Till next time you decide to take a nap, okay? You made Papyrus cry like a baby. This kind of reminds me a lot of the ending of Earthbound, actually.
Yeah.
Where, cause everybody, like, wakes up again, right? They all manage to return to their bodies and wake up and everybody's there and it's like, oh my god, we thought you were gone, you know? And then it sort of goes back over everybody you met through the game and everything. So I feel like this part is very Earthbound influenced. I didn't cry, I don't cry. What was that, Cassie?
I wonder if Toby Fox likes Earthbound.
What are you
I know this game is very Earthbound related, so I'm trying to draw Earthbound parallels where I see them.
Right.
I appreciate that perspective. I've never played Earthbound, so I wouldn't pick
I
up on
love
all of it.
Earthbound so
Oh, is
much.
that true, Biz?
Yeah, I never played it. You know what's funny though?
What is
Homestuck. Homestuck is really Earthbound inspired though. So it's this weird situation where it's like I went into this game associating it with Homestuck, and then also associating it with Earthbound as a result. So I've only ever drank Earthbound backwash, basically.
Wow.
Differing levels of Earthbound dilutes.
What was I gonna say? I think I've liked this game more the closer we've gotten to the ending and everything. Of this ending in particular. Yeah.
That's awesome.
God, the faces. And now, the important part is that Frisk is alright. Here, Frisk, why not drink some tea? It'll make you feel better. But we give them space first. Must be very exhausted. So, from what, I am not certain. Frisk, we do not remember exactly what happened. It was a flower and then everything went white. Now the barrier's gone. How did they the human and the goat boy, how did they die? I don't remember. Is that from is that the story at the very beginning of the game?
That was the story at the very end of Neutral. They explained that basically what happened is...
I don't remember that at all.
Is that basically it's explained that the human kid got very ill and died.
Oh, now I remember. Yes.
And Asriel absorbed their soul to go to the human world to go and get more souls, right?
Right.
But then Asriel didn't have it in him to kill anybody.
Didn't have the determination.
Yeah, so then he ends up getting mortally wounded, comes back, and then collapsed to dust on the flower garden.
That makes sense now. And they must have already been doing the other thing by then? To then capture that soul? And put it in the flower?
Okay, I think the dust lingered on there for quite a while in the timeline.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a piece of lore somewhere else in the game that basically says when monsters die, their dusts are spread on what they liked best or whatever. Because in their mythology, that imbues that thing with their essence.
Gotcha.
Also, fun factoid, the tapes in the lab, right? The tapes we watched where the lens cap was on every single fucking time, right?
Yeah.
Those imply
I love that that's definitely just the reason that they didn't animate those.
What if anybody has ever considered modding it so that there is video there?
That'd be kind of cool. But I feel like that would spoil certain things as part of the problem.
Oh.
But, Pickle, right? Basically Pickle, right? Who was the, the kid from back then.
Yeah.
It's implied that Pickle killed themselves on purpose in order to enact the plan where Asriel absorbs their soul and goes to the surface.
Wait, why? How would...
Because they have the tape where Asriel mentions that one time they made a butterscotch pie for Dad, but it made him sick, right?
Yeah.
And I guess we weren't supposed to use actual buttercups, right?
Yeah.
Buttercups in real life contain cyanide, I think.
Oh my god, do they?
So then I think at some other point then it was basically and then like
they do?
Oh, it was something like that. They contain something poisonous. Apparently it's a very painful way to die as well.
Oh my god.
I'm not sure. Cyanide is usually in plants of the apple family.
But okay, so it gets a bit more complicated.
Cyanide?
What
do you say?
Apples contain cyanide, and almonds contain cyanide, and cherries contain cyanide.
Cyanide?
Yeah, the seed. It's primarily in the seeds.
Of an apple?
Yeah.
Apple seeds have cyanide.
It's a small amount, so the thing is with cyanide
you still shouldn't eat apple seeds.
Yeah, like ultimately you shouldn't. But like the thing is, you'd have to eat like a fist. You'd have to eat a load of seeds at once to kill yourself.
Seriously? I thought cyanide was lethal even in very small doses.
What's that thing that people kept? Well, at small doses, it just makes you like weird and tingly.
Oh my god! Do you remember?
What was that thing that people were eating?
Yeah. Whole Foods. They were selling almond seeds as a health food.
Was it bitter almonds? Bitter almonds have a lot of cyanide in them compared to regular almonds.
No. Apricot seeds.
Apricot seeds, yes. That was it.
And one of the reviews online for the product was like, "Oh, this is so healthy. I can tell. Whenever I eat it, my tongue goes numb."
Oh
Yeah,
no!
they have these warnings on the back that's like
Oh, that's
only eat
so
like 2 of these
bad.
at a time because there's cyanide in them, and like
If you show any symptoms of
Are you
cyanide,
gonna tell me cyanide was in apple seeds and buttercups?
I don't know about buttercups. I cannot confirm that
it's
one.
something poisonous in buttercups. It might not be cyanide, but it's something similar.
Awful. That's
But yeah,
horrible.
But yeah, on another one of the VHS tapes, it's the VHS tape where like Pickle is dying in bed and Asgore is comforting them. In that one,
Oh,
Asriel
that's
is
what was
like,
happening, I see.
I don't like this plan anymore, hinting that like Pickle had told them they were going to kill themselves
Oh, I see.
as part of a plan to free the monsters.
Uh,
Sasha, do not do that! Bad Sasha! Bad!
what did she do?
She's eating the cyanide!
No!
Don't. I don't even want to think about cyanide.
Okay,
Okay.
we're moving on. We're moving on.
You can say goodbye to all your wonderful friends. Do as you wish, we will all wait for you here. Look at all their little happy faces. You gotta tell me, you think Asgore and Toriel are ever gonna get back together? Nope. Yeah, that's what I thought. Truth though, right? And right fan- no! No, no, don't write that about real people. What do you want to do now that we're all free?
You see, I told you Alphys was a piece of shit sometimes. Alphys
saying
means
watch
Homer
anime
is
like a total
constantly
loser.
failing at ethics.
Celebration to being
Good thing
losers.
she's a scientist.
No. Well, wasn't that the thing that she was doing, like unethical science?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. It really, really reminded me of the stuff in Bug Fables, without spoiling anything for people who have not played Bug Fables.
Oh.
I wonder if Bug Fables, because Bug Fables came out after this, I wonder if it was inspired directly from this.
Oh, Ruby,
Because it was so similar.
We got onto that topic because of buttercups being poisonous being relevant to the plot. And I maybe misremembered it as being cyanide that's in them. It's something bad.
What is it, Asgore? What's
The
an
existence
anime?
of anything that deadly bothers me.
Oh.
Understandable. Hey, if it makes you feel any better, I've lived my entire life paranoid about poisonous chemicals.
Wait, what did she ask
So
me?
that's same boat.
Wait, what was the question? Gosh, I was listening to you and reading too quickly. I missed what the question was.
You have to. It's like she says, "What's anime?" It's like a cartoon, and the two options
With
were
swords?
with swords or
Well,
with
it's with
guns.
swords. There's swords in anime more often than guns. For sure.
God, I fucking wish I was there so I could explain what anime was. I'd do a way better job.
It's like a cartoon, but with swords? Golly, that sounds neato. Where is this? Where can I see the anime? He didn't even put a question mark at the end of that one. Where can I see the
So-
anime? It's a statement. It's a command. Hold on, I think I have some on my phone. Here, look at this.
Also, I can't remember the exact places where it's hinted, but
That's
you
the
know
wrong,
that.
never mind.
Can I point out that a line before the Asriel fight, where
Hold on, I gotta see
Alpha-
what this is.
Go on.
Golly, were those two robots... Boy, technology sure is something, isn't it? Yeah, it sure is! What did they just show to... What did they just show to Asgore?
Yes, of course. Oh my god, I really want to like draw the hypothetical image.
Anyway, continue, Biz.
What was like it fucking when you showed the king of your kingdom Yuri by mistake. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say, you know how like there's a line in the dialogue earlier where Alphys is like, sometimes you gotta stop going after furry boss monsters and find a cute fish, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the game like makes the hints at this kind of like vague, but it's implied that Alphys had a crush on Asgore before.
Oh.
which is
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of, which makes sense because those two do interact. He's like her boss, and also texts her pictures of funny mugs.
Oh yeah.
Does he?
Yeah, that's one of the
remember?
things. In the True Lab, there's a load of lore entries that are super
Because there
deep
was
and
one where it
stuff,
was
and then-
like he sent me several messages today. Most of them were about how people were angry about the experiments, but then also he sent me a picture of a mug that he thought was funny.
Oh.
Asgore is like low-key the best character in
I like how he
Undertale,
didn't
in
really
my opinion.
care that people were mad. He was just like, well, I guess I should let Alphys know about this. Also, I think she'll like this mug.
I think he just trusts her a lot. And he's like, I don't know, he doesn't seem like the sort of person to get angry at people. He'll just like, you know.
He really doesn't, though.
We might
This
not
is
need
the
the
thing-
Royal Guard anymore. What? What was the point of the human's quest? They journeyed all that way, and I'm still not a member of the Royal Guard? Truly, this is the worst possible ending. Well, Papyrus got nothing. Papyrus is the one who got nothing out of this.
Yep.
Papyrus is who I almost was.
Hey, we got there in the end.
For the record, Elena, if you have any NPCs you like, if you go back now, every NPC's dialogue is different.
Oh, dang. We gotta talk to the orange man with 4 nipples.
Talk to the donut guy.
Yeah. He's telling me I should make biscotch pie for you. Should make it for everyone sometime. Sounds really good.
Oh, I'm sorry about
Cooking?
that, Shan.
Wait a second, can I help too? Certainly, it would be fun to cook together. Maybe I'll order a pizza. Man, we don't want Undyne to cook. She burnt a house down last time we tried that. Oh, Frisk. I've just upgraded
I
my
love you,
phone.
Allie.
Oh, that all kind of makes sense now why she was so protective of you, because you look like the other kid.
See you, buddy. Good luck.
Who's
Hey, I
leaving?
hadn't even thought of that.
Oh, Shan.
Oh, bye, Shan.
Oh, bye-bye, Shan.
Just upgraded my phone. I'm having a lot of fun with the texting feature. Sans, check out this one. Oh man, Tori, that's brutal. I can't believe the queen has returned, and also that she's a huge dork. You two are 2 feet away from each other. Why are you texting? We're not, Papyrus. We are texting for a good reason. Why is that? Well, because we're huge dorks. Sans, please do not say that. You are not a dork. You are more of a bonehead. Wow, those puns are even less funny coming from her. Then why are you smiling? It's a pity smile. They were joking about Papyrus. For those who didn't get it. Howdy, Frisk. Why does he say howdy? Howdy, Frisk, I'm Asgore. I'm the king.
I just
Not
realized how
amazing.
funny it is that Stan starts calling Tori Tori. With Asgore right there.
Sorry about almost trying to take your soul. I feel very bad about it. I hope we can still be pals.
Can I just say
Yeah,
divorce?
I put that in the thumbnail for our video from the other day.
A divorce?
Yeah.
What?
Put
Oh yeah, I
divorced
saw
Asgore in
it.
there. Yeah. I think everybody's tried to kill Frisk at least once. Oh, I see. In that case, I'm not
Sure
sorry,
have.
Frisk. Asgore, that's not what I meant.
He's such a funny
Asgore.
man. I love him.
Oh, you can save. You really can just leave and go anywhere. Hopefully it doesn't take
Yeah.
me a million years to find my way to the funny NPCs I want to talk to.
Yeah, I actually didn't even do that because, like, I don't know, I get weirdly stressed about stuff like that, and I was just like, that seems stressful, I'm gonna leave. I don't know
Why
why.
is that stressful?
I think it's because I'm bad at goodbyes. I'm really bad at
Wait,
goodbyes.
what? They're all
And I
open.
was like, Oh, game's over, bye.
You didn't
'Cause
notice
it's
before,
old.
but there's something like mummy wrappings at the bottom of it. Ew! What in the world? What were they gonna do? Or what happened? Like, I don't like that information.
Okay, so you know how that coffin says pickle on it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not who you're playing as, is it?
Oh,
No.
yeah, I
So
forgot
that's
about
That's not a. So the first time you play this game, you'll assume that's a coffin set out for you. No, that's a used
Right.
coffin.
Ew.
Wait, it's empty. Oh shit, it's empty.
They took it out of there to make room for you.
I don't know about that.
Okay, so the actual what I tend to hear, right, what I've seen as theorized, is that when Toriel. Okay, so keep in mind, monsters don't have corpses, right? So they're not going to understand what to do with them most of the time, right? Or like they're not going to be as they're not going to have the same sense for these things that we do, right?
Yeah.
I've seen theories that when Toriel left Asgore, she took the body with her and then buried it in the first area, and that's why there's like a load of flowers where you originally fall, because it's been like fertilized by the corpse. And that's why Flowey was hanging around there, mourning, or like, I don't know, just subconsciously mourning Pickle.
Dang.
Ugh.
Well, what happened? What about the other coffins that are now all open?
Well, those were like where the other kids were being stored, but I guess maybe to get their souls out, the coffins, I don't fucking know, that's kind of weird.
Undertale gets dark.
Oh yeah, because remember he had all the souls in those tubes,
Yeah.
but they had been in
Potted
there
soul.
before.
Also keep in mind that Asgore and Toriel in canon are kind of... This is something you didn't look at the text for, because it's in the shop dialogue for somebody, but like... Asgore and Toriel are kind of immortal-ish. Like, they're boss
And
monsters, they're royalty.
Don't forget about divorced.
And also divorced. Actually, the thing is, basically, if you talk to the old turtle guy who runs up one shop, right? He's old friends of the king and queen, and he talks about how boss monsters only age if they have a child. So because their
Oh.
children were killed, they're basically immortal after that. And the six humans who fell in the interim could have fallen at wildly different times.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, we're all free? Oh, guess I can stop licking this ficus. But I don't want to look like I messed up, so I'll keep going. What? What? It was the perfect choice of character to talk to.
Can I request a character to talk to?
Who? As
Go
long as it
back
doesn't
to
take
the-
me a million years to get there.
Just go back to the very beginning of the game.
No!
No, you could fast travel using the boat. It'll skip a load of
I
stuff.
don't know how to use it. Oh, this character looks like Sasha. Or like a Sasha character. As a slime, I'm overjoyed. Okay. Oh, we gotta talk to this guy.
Go talk to Burger Pants?
Freedom. So we're free, huh? Benetton told us as much. Then he told me, don't think that means you're getting out of work early. Oh, my boss, I love that guy. And by that I mean I hate him so much. Bratty and Catty. Ones who saw my pants fall down? They're gonna be free, so I'll never see them again at least. It's only around this little buddy because they'll make fun of me, but I feel like I played a hand in everyone getting free somehow. Even if it was just working this awful job, I think I did something. I don't know if it's true, but I'll believe it anyway.
I mean, he sold you items. So
Little
maybe
buddy,
he's
there's a brand new world out there waiting for us. I'm sure with my qualifications, it won't be long before I'm a famous movie star, or maybe I'll just end up flipping burgers again. But just as I say, nowhere to go but up, literally in this case. Anytime, little buddy. So how do I get to where the spider was? Wasn't that near here? Was that before this, or after this? I don't remember.
I think Spider was after this. No, before this.
Muffet?
Yeah, Muffet was just before this, I think.
You looking for Muffet?
No,
Yeah.
I'm looking for the guy who's near Muffet.
On the Muffet bake sale.
Oh.
Okay, it's not up. It's not in the core.
Oh wait, we
It's
gotta
in-
talk to these guys.
It's at the end of Hotland, I'm pretty certain.
Belgard is being disbanded. Like
Or
bummer,
am
I
I
guess
wrong?
we'll have to get used to love and peace. What does chat say? Here's this purple zone.
Sasha says, I waited so long to finally quote Burger Pants. On my 19th
There it
birthday, I
is.
woke up and just instantly said, I'm 19 years old and I've already wasted my entire life. I personally don't think my life will ever get any better after that. Quoting Burger Pants this year on my birthday was the peak of my... Talk to the... Elena, go back and talk to the lion! You gotta talk to that lion!
You're pretty
is that?
excellent.
Just go back to the lion!
Where's the guy? Where's the guy with the donut?
I guess he didn't make it.
What do you mean you didn't make it?
Died of natural causes. Elena, go back to the lion. They're just
wait.
before the Muppet. Oh, I guess maybe after you beat Muffet, the bake sale goes away. Maybe?
Well, then where would he go?
Or maybe there's more distance to the bake sale than we remember. But anyway, go
Yeah,
to
I
the
think
lion.
it's over this way. I'll go there. I gotta find the donut guy first. This is important to me. Yeah, there he is. Okay, we're good. On the surface, I won't buy any
hey,
donuts from
Val.
spiders.
Oh,
That's my
hey, Val,
resolution.
name. Oh, yeah, like Elena's beating it. We ended off just at the final boss last time.
Looks more rubbery than usual. Just a croissant. Oh, they're joking because it looks like the power bracelet from Link's Awakening. I know because I've played Link's Awakening several times.
Have
Yeah.
Oh,
I only played it once because it felt about right to never go back.
I've played the Game Boy Color version, I've played the remake version, and now I'm playing the original Game Boy version because I have the Zelda Game & Watch.
That's actually something that Link's Awakening and this game kind of have in common.
Sure, dearie, I just finished
Yeah,
tallying up all of
you're
our
right.
donations. We finally raised enough to rescue all the spiders inside of the ruins. We'll also be able to afford 4 pairs of stylish heels for every spider. Okay, I'll talk to the
Wait,
lion.
so
Who is this character?
Wanted all that money to treat the spiders well?
Minoton, he recognized my voice from when I called in, and he gave me his dress. I'm so ha. Oh,
I just like this lion because if you talk to them before this moment, they're just a normal lion and they're like, damn, Mettaton looks so good in that dress. I wish I could wear a dress. And this is their happy ending! They get their
Aw.
fucking dress!
okay, Biss. So how's the fastest way to get back to the beginning of the game?
Okay, go down where the ice cream guy is, and I think that takes you to a boat, or like somewhere down there there'll be a boat. I think.
Okay,
Maybe I'm wrong. Actually, I don't know if that's the case.
I'm taking your word for it, Biss. You better be right.
1 second. I'm pulling up. Oh no, you're at lift. Go to Flames Hotsman, and then go to the lift, and then go to the bottom floor.
Yes, I'm so disappointed in you.
Shut the fuck up. I don't care.
I've got
Keith
about like a half hour
Flame.
left that I would like to stream for.
Candle McDickface. Okay.
Oh my god.
Hey,
I
did
didn't
you remember my name? Did you?
I thought
Yes,
I knew.
of course I did. How could I not? Well, what? You remember? How could I be so easily defeated? What? I wasn't supposed to remember his name?
Oh, you just ruined the pacifist run, Lena.
No! Look at him.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't fucking. I think. Like Hotland is on floors. If you go down to floor 1, then you're closer than before.
The only reason why there's like pressure here is because it's on stream and there's like a time limit for the stream.
2 hours is our time limit, right?
Yeah, like I said, there's about a half hour left that I would like to stream for.
Okay, I think we can comfortably
There's a boat.
go to the NPC I want and then finish.
I can go to
and go-
Snowdon or Waterfall.
Go to Snowdon, that's going to be closer, and then go left. Keep going left until you're back in the ruins, then go to the start of the ruins.
Okay. Wasn't there that weird thing with the piano that I never solved?
Oh, yeah. I think it's not worth worrying about now. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. That's everybody. That was always the answer. Was everybody's like, no, that's not worth bothering with.
If I told you that doing the piano puzzle literally just fills your inventory of dog shit, would you believe me?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what was meant by dog residue?
Yeah, it's dog shit.
Oh.
I kind of just always thought it was like white fluff or a white glob or something.
Oh god, you innocent child.
And I love poop.
This dialogue didn't change. At the door. That person doesn't know that they're free. Oh hey, that's the kid. Yo, what's up? I've been kind of doing some thinking. Undyne isn't actually as cool as we thought. She's just kind of mean. But yo, I just found out about someone way cooler. Yeah. Papyrus! So I gotta talk to the bunny walking the bunny. But it's weird that I have a pet bunny. First, there'd be nothing weird about it. It's cute. Second, what? It's normal to walk your younger brother on a leash, right? What? Okay.
Amazing.
Welcome to Snowed Inn. Guess it's kind of fitting that on our last Undertale stream we go back to the beginning one more time.
Yeah. Go back
Who in
to
the world is
start.
this? Oh, that's a hat. I thought those were like weird arms that were in like a praying pose.
Oh.
So many people, someone has to, right? Yeah, I just remembered. I don't think there's gonna be anything down this way. But... what the hell is that? Everyone's leaving, eh? Good riddance. Maybe I'll finally get some peace and quiet.
Wait,
The
are
hell
you
is that
talking
thing?
to are you talking to a moose?
I don't
Yeah,
even know
this-
how I would describe that.
It's the enemy that I said that you didn't encounter last stream. Because you never went down here.
Oh, you can walk this way. Hey, always good. It's a door. Yeah, there's just nothing here now, because Toriel's not there.
Wait, no, that's not the same door.
It's not?
This is not the same door.
Well, what the hell is this then?
This is a weird piece of obscure bonus content that we don't have time for.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Why are you sorry?
That I wasted our time?
It's alright.
There's a little house on the head. Yeah, I never called this character Frisk because I didn't know why everybody called them Frisk. And so I always had to be like, the character you play as.
You
I couldn't say Frisk until I knew why. To say Frisk. You know what I'm saying? It's really weird to see colored in versions of some of these enemies.
Oh yeah, it is.
There's woods there we can live in, right? It is true. This is a long trek, Biss.
Yeah, well, you know what else is a long trek?
My butt.
Thanks. Great. I feel like I have suffered and bled for this playthrough, and now
I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. Oh my god, look at that shitty snow. Holy fuck.
I feel like everything turned out well in the end.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it took me so long.
How do you feel, Allie?
About what?
The
I don't know.
game.
Just how's your mood?
I feel good.
Yay! I'm glad.
I
you
can
no
feel
longer-
that piece of me has been well taken care of. Hmm? The
Do you
barrier's
no
opened
longer-
up? Then, if it's not too much to ask, could you take that piece of me with you, piece of me to the surface? I really appreciate it. Well, I gotta go get that out of the box then, huh? Wait, if I carry it around with me, it melts though, right?
No.
Oh, okay. You just put it in the box because you want to save inventory space, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a... Well, remind me to find a box on the way, okay?
Okay. We'd better keep
We gotta
going
do that.
quickly though. Why have you turned around?
Because I was looking for a box and I realized there wasn't one close. And then I was like, oh yeah, we should do this first.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
So, do you
It's
no longer
snowy.
feel...
Oh, is that one of the
Any-
weird amalgamation creatures from earlier?
Yeah. Alphys did say they can all go home now, back to their families.
My mom might have to share her mind with other people now, but she's still my mom. And that's cool, because we're made of ice and stuff. What? It's a joke, laugh at. The doctor, she brought my wife back from the dead. My son, he seems happy again. Our family, it's bigger than ever. Now that's my wife, now that my wife is combined with 16 other people. Incredible. I like how nobody's really torn up about this. He's like, yeah, that's neat. Oh, there's a box. Okay, I have the snowman piece with me now.
I mean, when you think they're dead, this is kind of a step up.
Is the lamp. Just a conveniently shaped lamp.
Oh yeah, Shan, we're doing
I
a
can
bit
never
of talk.
hide. I can never hide behind it perfectly again, though. Look at that.
Oh, the lamp. Oh, the lamp. Oh,
Going back down memory lane.
That's such a nostalgic lamp.
After this stream, everybody go back and watch my first stream of this game to see the first time I ever went through this place.
Do not watch her first stream of this game.
I did funny voices,
Oh boy.
but it was over my terrible old microphone.
I always wonder how much light seeps into the underground. Because this is a whole ass forest. And these trees ain't surviving in a perfect cave.
Maybe they're magic.
I mean, I guess the food everybody eats here is canonically magic, and the monsters are made of magic. Yeah, they're probably just magic.
I just assumed it was just a magic forest.
Everything is just magic. The floor, magic. Air, magic.
There's a tree here. I don't remember this. Every time this old tree grows any leaves, they fall right off.
Oh my god, you know what's interesting, right?
Yeah.
I saw somebody pointing out that, like, oh fuck, one second.
What's
I think
that?
there's some
Oh, that's the switch.
I think there's some details of this I'm forgetting. But, like, it's implied that in the old family unit, Toriel was the one that was good at cooking, and Asgore was the one that was good at gardening.
I think you were gonna
And
say
that's
the one who was good at eating.
No! And that's the reason why the tree in Toriel's garden is dead, because she can't garden for shit.
Yellow names are nice for a royal. There's the cheese. All the
Sasha
places
says-
where we were determined. Is this what you wanted me to talk to? Was the rock?
No, not the rock. Keep
Guess I
going.
better roll out. Hey, you mind giving me a push, pumpkin? I can give a push, but I can't do anything more. Oh my god, I forgot about this. I'm gonna have to do that on the way back out. Properly.
Why do you hate the rock, Sasha? yeah, yeah, Shan's like... we were talking about episode 1 of this stream, and Shan was like, yeah, Elena kills everyone, right?
No. I did not kill everyone.
Yeah, you spared Papyrus because he amused you.
Take a piece of candy? You took a piece of candy. Proceed to open the menu. Well, I took a candy.
This entire area, the ruins, constituted the first demo for this game.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. I watched fucking Sterling's like playthrough of that demo back in the day. Before Undertale was the big hotness, and I was like, oh, this is an interesting looking game. I hope its Kickstarter goes well. And then here we are like a million years later, and it's like one of the biggest fucking cultural touchstones.
Well, you know what this
Sasha
means,
said-
everybody. Next week, Deltarune. Did
Sasha
you want me to
says
talk
when
to the dummy? You can't talk to the
It's
dummy.
not the dummy, keep going.
I thought for sure it was just going to be you wanted me to talk to the rock.
It's not.
You wanted me to talk to Dwayne.
No.
Wait, this is really long.
I'm sorry. It'll be quicker on the way back, though, because you won't go around random dead
Hey,
ends.
hey. What? Someone has to take care of these flowers? Golden flowers. You must have broken your fall. How are you still here?
But keep talking.
Please leave me alone. I can't come back. I just can't, okay? Oh, so he didn't want to break their hearts all over again? But if they never see me? Trying to keep me company? Let me ask you a question, Frisk. Why did you come here? Because Biss told me to. Everyone knows the legend, right? Travelers who climb Mount Ebot are said to disappear. Why would you ever climb a mountain like that? Was it foolishness? Was it fate? Or was it because you... Well, you know the answer, don't you? What is that implying? I know why Pickle climbed the mountain. It wasn't for a very happy reason. Frisk, I'll be honest with you. Pickle hated humanity. Why they did, they never talked about it. But they felt very strongly about that. You really are different from Pickle. In fact, though you have similar fashion choices, I don't know why I ever acted like you were the same person. Maybe the truth is, Pickle wasn't really the greatest person. Well, Frisk, you're the type of friend I wish I always had. So maybe I was kind of projecting a little bit. Let's be honest, I did some weird stuff as a flower. That's a great piece of dialogue right
I
there.
mean, we all had we all had that phase.
I feel like I want this to be the thumbnail. Let's be honest, I did some weird stuff as a flower.
I love how with their overworld sprites, you've got Azriel's warm smile and Frisk's just.
The Moai sound effect. There's one last thing I feel like I should tell you. Frisk, when Pickle and I combined our souls together, the control over... Oh, I know what he's talking about now because you helped me with that, Biss. The control over our body was actually split between us. They were the one that picked up their own empty body. What? And then when we got to the village, they were the one that wanted to use our full power. I was the one that resisted. And then because of me, well, that's why I ended up a flower. Frisk, this whole time I've blamed myself for that decision. So I adopted that horrible view of the world. Kill or be killed. Oh yeah, you mentioned that earlier, Biss. But now, after meeting you, Frisk, I don't regret that decision anymore. I did the right thing. If I killed those humans, we would have had to wage war against all of humanity. In the end, everyone went free, right? I still feel kind of sad knowing how long it took. So maybe it wasn't a perfect decision. But you can't regret hard choices your whole life, right? Well, not that I have much of a life left. That's besides the point. Thank you for listening to me. You should really go be with your friends now, okay? Oh, and please, in the future if you see me, don't think of it as me, okay? just want you to remember me like this. Someone that was your friend for a little while. What do you mean if I see him again later? Don't think of him as him.
Well, I mean, at that point, I imagine it'd be like back when he's back to being Flowey.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I
that's what
guess
he's talking
maybe
about.
on a meta level, if you play the game again, or if you watch someone else play the game.
It's not as nice as it is here. There are a lot of Flowies out there. And not everything can be resolved by just being nice. Risk. Don't kill and don't be killed, alright? That's the best you can strive for. Well, I'll see you. Do you have anything better to do? Okay, that's the end of the dialogue.
Thank you. I just wanted this. I just wanted this read.
Yeah.
Okay,
That was-
I get.
I thought that was interesting that they threw in the line of, like, unlike in this world, you can't fix everything by being nice all the time.
Yeah.
But
I forgot about that. Well, actually, because I didn't go to see Asriel, I couldn't handle goodbyes.
it seems like... It seems like he means that, like, the thought process that went into that you did here is good, though.
We should probably move on to the end, but we can talk on the way. You know what? This playthrough ended up alright in the end.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm glad you think so. I was worried about how upset you were getting.
I'm sorry, it was mostly just residual agony from having played this entire game with you.
Oh. Twice.
Which, twice.
This is the end of the second playthrough. Yeah, I thought it was interesting that they acknowledged the fact that you can't always be nice to everybody to fix everything.
Yeah.
But that you should strive to anyway.
Yeah.
I guess at some point, Elena, if you're not gonna do the third playthrough, I'll show you some stuff from there, because I think it's interesting in regards to the lore.
It's up to you.
I was
What do you
I was gonna ask if there was different lore that I still haven't gotten. Because I know everybody talks about like another version of this character called Kara, who wears the shirt that Asriel wears.
Well,
And I have no context for that.
I mean,
should I know about Kara? Just who Kara is, like.
Okay, Elena, right?
And everybody says Kara
Kara.
Dreamer, which is, you know, the last name of those characters.
I feel okay saying this because Kara is not an official character name.
Right.
Oh.
Kara is just what people use as the stand-in for, like, pickle.
Yep. Kara is pickle.
It's short for character.
Oh.
Kara, yeah.
I see.
Kara, Kara, whatever you want to say.
We can just call I think Pickle's a better name.
Aw.
Yeah.
Okay, Shan, like, I understand being frustrated, but, like, I don't
Shan's
know,
frustrated?
be patient with yourself. Well, be frustrated because they're very low on emotions currently, and they were very emotional when they first played this.
Oh.
I think it's, like, good that you're recognized. I feel like, rather than being frustrated, there's probably, like, if you're patient with yourself, there's probably productive ways of trying to reconnect with your feelings, I guess. And I don't know, it's like you're good and you should give yourself, like, time. You should be patient with yourself in regards to feeling
I was
things.
low on emotions when I started this.
Oh yeah, I know. You were also low on mercy.
I feel like,
Oh.
cause you know, I talk about how much I was taught by The World Ends With You.
Mm.
And I still think that about it. But I feel like the things that it taught me are different from this game.
Oh yeah.
It taught me different lessons.
Also, by the way, can I just mention? Actually, Sasha has pointed out something that slightly points out I made a mistake. If you enter Kara on the name screen for this game, it says the true name. So it's not technically a
Oh,
fan name,
yeah.
but like it's still the same thing.
What do you mean
It's
it
just,
says the
you
true
know,
name?
So you know that part where you like name Pickle, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you name Pickle Kara, it says the true name, which means it's not a
What
fan
says
thing.
the true name?
The screen. Okay, wait. The name where you enter the screen, right?
Huh?
There are certain things you can enter that will get a certain response. Like if you
Oh.
try and name yourself after any of the characters, you get a quip from the characters being like saying something.
Oh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Kara is like the official name of the first child that in this playthrough is called Pickle.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Somebody's knocking on the door. I should probably go check on it.
In real?
Yes. 1 second.
Okay. Mine is in real now, so we're all gonna just hunker down and eat pretzels. Also,
Hell
no problem. Also, no problem, Shan. Anytime, you're good. Hey Cassie,
Yeah.
do you wanna play patty cake?
Yes.
Patty cake, patty
Also,
cake.
Biss,
figure
I'm
out
excited
how-
to play Minecraft with you.
I'm excited to play Minecraft with you as well. Oh my god, imagine if Elena streamed our Minecraft world at some point and people got to see it.
We were talking about that, but I think her computer wouldn't be able to handle that.
I guess Arrow's gotta do it then. Arrow's gotta roll up with the fucking beef machine and do it. Elena answers the door and it's Porky from Earthbound.
I'm excited for you to be a cute little tiny beetle. Being a cat is really fun. I love that you can jump 2 blocks. It's like so fun. And then you can just jump off shit and just land and be like, well, I'm fine.
I was gonna go for that one, but part of the problem is
I'm
I
here.
want to build a railway. And if I
Yeah.
I'm here.
can't mine stone, it's gonna be
Oh,
like,
Sorry,
yeah.
I don't know what that was, but I'm back.
hello!
Somebody
By
stuck
the
a
way,
note
after
through the
this,
door.
I should probably go feed myself and then I'll be back
Well,
after we stream.
okay.
Hey, Allie, I'm glad that went well.
Oh, I see.
Also, Elena picked not gonna keep up the pace. I just realized we're like, oof, not great for time.
I'm sorry. Something happened, and I had to go check on it. It's the snowman.
Snowman, take me by the snow, make me
I mean,
a
it's not
hoe.
a hard limit. The 2-hour thing.
Okay.
We can go a little bit over, and it's fine. Just, I'm not gonna stream for like 3 hours or something.
Okay, so you're not up for a game Fortnite before we end.
No.
You're not up for a game of Minesweeper before we go.
Because I think, I don't know, if I'm gonna play the other playthrough of this game, it's gonna be at some point in the distant future. Like, I'm not gonna want to do it soon, by any means.
Oh, yeah,
It would just be like if I someday feel compelled to, like, because I like to complete all my games, right? So if at some point I get around to where I'm looking for something to complete and I feel like doing Undertale, I would do it. But, like, otherwise I don't think that I'm going to do it, so if you, like, if you just want to share with me the lore stuff that is in that, that's fine.
Okay. What was I about to say? Fuck. What's on my mind? What was it? Fuck. What was it? What were we talking about a minute ago? Ah, I've lost it. Ah!
Because, like, when I play that, it's not gonna be to get the lore, it's just gonna be, like, to play it, you know?
Right.
If that makes sense, so...
So you have plans to do that?
I said I might at some point. It depends on how I feel. Because like I said, I like to complete all my video games, so if I ever get to a point where I'm, like, out of stuff, and I happen to feel like giving it a go, I'll do it, but I don't know when that would be.
Would you stream it?
I don't.
I guess
I have no
make
idea.
people
Like,
look for-
I can't make a decision like that so far ahead. Okay, we're back to the boat finally.
Oh, yeah, the rest will be easy. Easy peasy, Lionel squeezy.
Yeah, I'm like mad hungry. I'm gonna split for now.
Good luck, banana baby.
Oh, you're gonna miss the very, very ending.
Yeah, that is true. You're gonna miss the very, very ending.
Oh yeah.
Are you sure you can't stick with it for just a little bit?
I'll stick around.
We're almost there.
Well, I don't know. I am pretty hungry.
Oh.
Cassie, can I order you a pizza? We'd have to figure out if that's possible, but I'd like to order you a pizza.
You genuinely would though? What?
I fucking throw money around like it's just constantly. Why is this surprising?
You're supposed to. You're supposed.
Oh my god.
You're supposed to send pizzas to trans girls.
Oh yeah.
I'd send Pete I was about to say I'd send pizza and Elena. I'd send Elena a pizza, but I don't think she'd appreciate it.
Why wouldn't I appreciate it?
Well, I'm gonna get going though.
Okay, good luck, Cassie.
Bye bye. I love you.
We'll see you again soon, right?
Yeah,
Just a
soon.
little bit. Okay.
Bye bye.
See you soon.
Well, me and Elena, you're the one who's like particular about food stuff sometimes.
Why?
Also, well, I mean, you complained at me that one time I had Sour Patch Kids.
Because you ate too many of them.
Wait, no, there's the lift. Use the lift. Elena, you've missed the lift. The lift. Use the lift. Elena,
Well, that's
the
not
lift.
the way I went last time.
Yeah, but the lift's faster. Oh no!
I'm just going exactly the way that I went the first time because it's the way I know back. Bis.
Oh, it's gonna take so long.
We're almost there. You have interchangeable rooms. Before you came here, the layout was altered so you would get lost and perish. Yes, just for you. Do you feel special? No. I am slightly lost, though. Okay, there we go. I love how little you move your arms. Actually, I am lost. They look like a black sausage and not a knight or a wizard. Well, everything has an angle they look best from. And you didn't warn me about the lift soon enough.
Oh, so it's suddenly my fault? Fuck you.
Well, what was I supposed to know? It's not the way that we went here!
I don't know how... I mean, I respect... Wait, what was the Minesweeper dream like?
Who? What?
Shan had a Minesweeper dream.
Oh.
I had a
Here's a
dream
lift.
a bit ago, and that was a terrible dream. I only knows the dream.
Wait, the lift just... Oh. I see. You've got me saying lift, even though I would say elevator normally.
You're welcome for the improvement.
You're Welsh cum.
You heard it first. I'm Welsh cum.
Moved on.
You're a Welsh cum, Elena. Butterfly 2021. In the thumbnail for this video, can you put a puddle of milk with like a Welsh flag superimposed on top of it?
Isn't it wild how there's people, because I've talked about before, isn't it wild there's people who think that you're a bad person for doing the genocide run? And that you should only do this one, and any of the other ones are bad? And reflect poorly on you as a person?
I mean, I can understand how they get there, because they're obviously very attached to the characters and whatnot. But also, like, it's in there for a reason, baby.
Well, especially if it has lore that's pertinent to the other run, or just the game as a whole, then it seems valid to try and do it. To try and see the lore. And learn more about the world and everything, you know? It's not going to be anytime soon because, for one thing, I can't stand how slow your character walks in this game anymore. I've had enough.
I think there's a mod that gives you a run button.
Okay, we're almost there.
For the record, don't look at chat. There's discussion of that playthrough going on.
Oh. I mean, I did tell you that you can tell me about the lore.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, then you can look at chat if you want. Wait, that's your... I mean, I could some way it's your favourite route, Sasha. It makes sense. I think there's some cool... I think there's some stuff that's cool in there. Even if also it's a run that I'm never going to personally
Alright, everybody. Here, this can be the thumbnail, actually. Here
I
it
fucking...
is. The group photo, actually, I should probably center. There you go.
Grotto.
The end. File saved. If you leave here, your adventure will really be over.
Oh, hugging
Your friends will
papyrus.
follow you out of the underground. Well, I was gonna say, it's not really like a sad ending or anything, because it's like, well, it's not like all these people will be gone, you know? You can still keep up with them. In fact, it'll be easier to do so now than it was before. This is a happy ending. Yeah, look, there they are. Oh my. Isn't it beautiful, everyone? Wow, it's even better than on TV. Way better than I ever imagined. Risk, you live with this? Bitch, you live like this? The sunlight is so nice and the air is so fresh. I really feel alive. Hey Sans, what's that giant ball? We call that the sun, my friend. That's the sun, wowee! I can't believe I'm finally meeting the sun! I could stand here and watch this for hours. Yes, it is beautiful, is it not? I should really think about what comes next. Is that like skyscrapers over there?
Yeah.
Why are they the same size as the mountain? Does this take place in the future?
This game does take place in the year 20XX.
It is true.
So
It takes place in Mega Man times.
It's in the Mega Man universe!
Yeah! Everyone, this is the beginning of a bright new future.
Mountain.
Mountains that are shaped like that aren't small.
It could be a slag pile next to a mine.
Never peace between humans and monsters. Risk, I have something to ask of you. Will you act as our ambassador to the humans?
That explains what Alpha said about robots.
Sure. Yeah, Frisk will be the best ambassador, and I, the Great Papyrus, will be the best mascot. I'll go make a good first impression. Off he goes! Well, someone's got to keep him from getting into trouble. See you guys.
Could you imagine?
He didn't go the same way! Like, man, I gotta go after Papyrus. He leaves the opposite direction.
I mean, he's using all of his shortcuts. Wink, wink.
Do we have to do everything? Papyrus, wait! Oh, see, she went the right way. Hey, Undyne, wait up!
Could you imagine if you're just a human living in modern times, and then a skeleton runs up trying to befriend you?
Whoops. Should I do something?
Oh, do you play piano?
Gotta
Sean?
go. Seems that everyone is quite eager to set off.
Skeleton friend.
Because you glared at him. Frisk, you came from this world, right? So you must have a place to return to, do you not? What will you do now? I feel like I have places to go. Ah, I see. Well, I hope that I'm not keeping you. It's not, again, it's not like I can never see Toriel again now. See you around. Yeah, right. It's a happy ending. It's still got the edited logo.
No! Oh. I'd like to apologize to the developer of Undertale for the fact that I've soiled your ending with my fucking edit. God damn it! I'm just so glad that like you know that one part where it shows like the character falling down the hole. I'm so glad I didn't use the intro version of that.
Heck, a spooky DJ. Papyrus got a car! And the duck is there. And look at Sans! He's got a little tiny bike. It's faster than the sports car. I can't believe we got a car!
We are watching the entire credits, don't worry, Shan.
They really are just living out in modern day now. I'm glad I got to see this.
Do you remember how Papyrus had a sports car bed?
Yeah.
And he was like, one day I'll have a real sports car, and I'll feel the wind in my hair.
He really did. He did it.
He's living the dream.
I want to see what everybody else is doing.
Aw, some of Shan's emotions poked out. Hell yeah.
They're wearing swimsuits. There's the smooch. What is this, a cartoon? Also, there's that weird squid thing. What is it, like smashing the ground? Reluctantly? Wistfully adjusting to city life. How come some of the things are yellow?
I think those are the ones that you like fought and spared in this run.
Oh.
Or I think it might be more complicated than that, or something.
It's Metaton. And there's Burger Pants, still working for Metaton.
Are you sure, Sasha? Because I feel like some of these are like mandatory fights. So
Encouraging space
yellow.
heater. By Michelle.
Yeah, extend those fucking legs, baby!
Candle in the world's largest birthday cake. Use your imagination. Giving life its own meaning, the long battle finally ending. Astigmatism? Street magician.
Oh, it's special actions?
Living with their families.
That makes sense.
What do you mean special actions?
Well, I think like
Look
there was
at
this
him.
one.
He's making a papyrus hedge. Toriel's wearing glasses. She's a teacher.
She always said she wanted to be a teacher.
Sorry I interrupted you anyway, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's just I'll explain later.
Oh, this looks like a Link's Awakening scene. Did we get to see what happened to your character? I guess those are details for you to fill in. Oh. No? What is this? Hey! This wasn't some...
What's up?
a special thanks yet. I was about to get really upset. You don't believe how upset I was about to get.
Yelena was about to.
I was about to go Joker mode, as Cassie likes to say.
These are all the these are like people who backed on Kickstarter.
Oh, I missed one. What did that say? Lightning McQueen? Wait, Toby Fox's name was in there. You can't put your own name in there on your own Kickstarter.
I think it might have been just somebody who donated under the account name Toby Fox.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong though.
That was a really long name. Smack. But what did your character do after leaving the underground? You can't leave me hanging like this, game.
I think like. I mean, you're the one who said you had places to be.
Well, I wanted to see what places they were.
I knew you would pick that you had places to be.
It just felt like the right choice.
I think if I was to do a playthrough, I would have chosen the other one, but like that's just because I'm like, oh shit, fuck. I want to hang out with I want to hang out more of Goat.
I mean, she seemed like she was making a good life for herself. Anyway, and it's not like I said. You know, I can go see her anytime. I don't have to stay with her all the time.
I love how it lists the touched credits.
Yeah, but it doesn't even show them all.
I think it's mostly there for people
Here's
that
the
try
group
to
photo.
dodge all of them. Okay, so you know this group photo? If you had chosen the other option, the group photo would have been replaced with you being tucked into bed by Toriel, and that would have been the ending.
I think I like this better.
That's understandable.
This makes more sense to me. I feel like Toriel needs to move on.
Yeah.
Which she did. She became a teacher. And seemed like she was happy. And Asgore was working at the school as well as the groundskeeper. There's the dog!
It's the doggy!
Asgore became the groundskeeper Willy.
I love how
this world.
you couldn't be a groundskeeper. It had to be groundskeeper
Well, because
Willy
look
from
at
the
him.
Simpsons.
He kind of looks like groundskeeper Willy.
Oh my fucking god, are you really gonna pull that on me? He does not
Yeah.
look anything. He
He's
has
got the
facial hair.
sideburns.
Oh, so everybody with facial hair and sideburns is groundskeeper Willy?
Yeah. I just like, cause he also, like, I imagine him with that voice now.
Even though he says howdy?
Yeah.
How-
Is this just one of these games where you have to close it?
I think
Then
it
pressing all
does
the
eventually
buttons.
advance on. Or maybe it's just like this.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I like to think that this picture is just, you know, they all got together again later.
Yeah.
And took a picture together.
They had a reunion.
I feel like they do that regularly.
Shan says click photo? What do you mean click photo?
I'm clicking it. I got my mouse out, I'm clicking on it.
Ruby
Pressing every
Hexagon
button.
says stay on this screen a little longer.
Oh, the dog fell asleep.
Toby Fox, good job on the game. You did it.
Well, you know what this means, everybody. Next week is Deltarune.
Oh, I'm excited to. When Deltarune came out, everybody just thought of it as like an Undertale related thing, but like especially seeing Undertale again, they're actually like interestingly different. They're more different than I initially thought. So it'll be interesting to see what your thoughts on Deltarune are.
Oh, Cassie's back in the other group chat.
Ooh.
which is where I'll be going after the stream is over, so.
Oh, we've got 2 good night Tobys in chat. I'm gonna add one.
Well, everybody have a good time? I know you didn't have a good time the whole time, Bis, but...
Yeah, I'm sorry, I ruined everything for a while there.
This will be the thumbnail. Because I kept saying this will be the thumbnail throughout. This has to be it.
What if you just zoom in directly on the sleeping Toby and that's the thumbnail?
No! This whole thing is a thumbnail.
What if the shot of Undyne and Alphys trying to kiss is the thumbnail?
No, it's this.
What if Heat's Flamesman is the thumbnail?
I'm gonna poop. Oh, wait, no, it's not even next week. This isn't Sunday. Sunday's in a couple days. So Deltarune in a couple days then, everybody.
If work doesn't fuck me over on Sunday.
Also, I'm gonna do a pre-recorded video where I start Pokemon Diamond Remake, by the way, because I don't have time to stream it.
Oh.
I'm just gonna record that tonight.
Can I help you with it?
In what way?
Can I be in the background going, "Oh damn, they brought back"?
Well, it's not gonna be streamed, so you won't be able to see what's happening.
No, but I can just be there assuming what Pokemon are on screen. Oh fuck, it's Totodile.
I don't know if it's going to work very well.
Oh shit, there's Giratina.
I don't think it's gonna work.
Fuck, is that Professor Cuckweed?
Stop it. No, you're not doing that.
Wow, they didn't even make it so Charizard. Game Freak, why you lie?
Anyway, thanks everybody for watching the stream.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Also, thank you in advance. Also,
It was
thank you for being great.
I feel like I've ended up with a positive view on this game by the end.
Oh, thank fuck, we got a happy ending. What's your favorite character? I'm buying you a plush as we speak.
Oh.
Seriously,
do they make... They don't make a plush of the donut guy, do they?
Oh, god damn it, they fucking don't.
Or the orange guy?
Do you want me to tell you some of the merch they do, though?
Okay.
There's Sansa Papyrus plushes, Toriel plushes. There's Toby Fox Annoying Dog socks. You can get pajama bottoms covered in Metatons. Oh, there's so much.
I feel like if I got a Sans plush or a Papyrus plush, I would have to have both of them. And I would also then have to have Undyne to go with Papyrus.
They don't actually do an Undyne plush. They do, like...
Wow, that's disappointing.
Yeah, for some reason the plushes are very specific. Oh, there's a Metaton figure, which I have, but now it's sold out.
Oh?
They have figurines...
Well, if they have Sans and Papyrus plushes, that's like... You gotta get those.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, they do a bundle. They do a bundle of all
Sasha
three of
wants
them
to make me a donut guy plush.
Oh, fuck yeah, that'd be cool! Also, I have this game on vinyl, by the way.
You mean the soundtrack?
Yeah, the game soundtrack. Well, yeah, it doesn't play on the vinyl player. Undertale is not important for vinyl.
I'm also gonna stream Psychonauts 2 tomorrow. Some more. I really like that game a lot. And then Thursday we'll finally be back to Horizon Zero Dawn with Arrow.
And then on Wednesday we're finally beginning Metal Gear Solid, which I've been looking for.
No.
On Tuesday we're finally going to start War and Peace.
What? I don't stream on Tuesdays anymore.
Well, now you are, and we're doing War and Peace.
Actually, we do stuff with Arrow on Tuesdays now, remember?
Oh yeah, the multiplayer stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, join us on Arrow stream where we'll be reading out War and Peace.
We will
as
not.
A group. It's like a little book club.
Also on Thursday, I'm doing more Super Mario 64, and then next Friday, hopefully we'll be back to Rain World. Well, I'll do something with Cassie. We'll see what it is. Hopefully it's Rain World, but it might be subject to change, so be prepared for that. Yeah, thanks everybody. I will
I
see you
can't
again
believe-
in a couple days.
Ruby says, I can't believe we're going to meet Warren Peace from Sky High.
Me, you,
Pa-
and Cassie will be back in a
Oh,
couple days with
Shan
Deltarune.
has the papyrus plush. This does not surprise me even slightly.
Bye everybody.
Bye bye!